What is up, everyone? This is Rothan, the original Uber Noober, aka Bankage. I am here in Heroic Oculus. It's actually a change of pace for us. I am actually just doing this for a fun run. We kind of wanted to do the 20-minute achievement, but we didn't have a group comp for it, so we just ended up, having fun along the way. We've got Norganon, our tank. We've got Katov, our Death Knight. Blood Omen, our range DPS. He's a mage. Sashin, our other Death Knight, and Bankage, which is me, the healer. We're going to go through here. I'm going to explain the boss fights. There's going to be a lot of explaining going on, so the music breaks are going to be limited. I do apologize for that one. I'll try to put some good music on, and hope you guys enjoy the run. Alright, we're at our first boss now, Dracos the Interrogator. He's actually a very interesting boss fight. He's got a conal AoE, so that means if you're in front of the boss, you need to start moving over to the sides or behind him. This way you can make sure that, if you're not the tank, you're not going to get hit. You're also not going to die in fire. He also does a magic orb effect. And these magic orbs are going to accumulate over time. Every few percentage he's going to summon some. And they will do an AoE blast to anyone near them when they blow up. So you kind of want to make sure that you don't get near them. And you stay far enough away that you can continue DPSing the boss without your healer having a lot of problems with that. And this is actually an extremely healing intensive fight. Alright, after the boss, we're going to see three people coming out of the cages. We're going to see the Amber Drake, the Ruby Drake, and the Emerald Drake holders, which also obviously have those types of drakes available for you to pick up. And what you can do with these drakes is ride them. They are 280% mounts, and they will be able to fly around the entire instance. This is extremely fun and extremely innovative of Blizzard to do. This is actually the first time we've actually seen this, so it was very new to me at the time. The Emerald Drake is obviously the healer. Since it's green, it's going to be healing. Leeching Poison is the first button you're going to be able to see, and it does 1300 every 2 seconds, and it's able to stack up to 3 times. It also heals you for a little bit of damage that it causes. Then your next ability causes 30% of your max health to be destroyed, so you're going to take a bit of damage there, but you're going to cause 25,000 damage to any dragon that is attacking you that's an enemy. Our next Drake is the Amber Drake, or the DPS Drake, which is the middle one. You've got 2 abilities there as well. You've got Shock Lance, which deals 4,000 to 5,000 arcane damage. It also detonates all shock charges on the enemy dragon. And when they pick up shock charges, they're going to take 6,500 damage approximately. And it's going to hit for a lot. This is why it's called the DPS Drake. They've also got another ability called Stop Time. What it does is it freezes all enemies in place around the Drake for about 10 seconds. And this applies 5 shock charges to each affected target. Our right one, which is a Ruby Drake, known as the Red Drake or the Tanking Drake, has 2 abilities as well. He's got Searing Wrath. What it does is it breathes a stream of fire on the enemy dragon, and it does about 7k to about 10k damage, but it hits all dragons within 30 yards in front of him, and each dragon it hits, it jumps and increases damage by 50%. It can only affect up to 5 targets though. Your second ability is called Evasive Aura. It allows you, the Ruby Drake, to generate evasive charges. So whenever you get hit by a spell, you'll be able to evade it instead of actually taking the full blow. You've also got one extra ability. It's called Evasive Maneuvers. It allows you, your Drake, to dodge all incoming attacks, and it requires the evasive charges that you use the Evasive Aura to use. So this is your second ability, and whenever you do that, you are not taking as much damage. What we're going to do first is we're going to start dropping the 10 centrifuges, and we're going to open up the next boss by doing so. So let's get to it. Alright, we're at our next boss now, Varos Cloudstrider. He is extremely interesting as far as boss fights go. He's going to have 3 electric charges running up to him at one point. You're going to see that half of the room is covered in electric charges and half of it isn't. If you have your view overhead, this is a great way to find out where to stand. If you're inside any one of the 3 rings that have the electric charges, you will get electroshocked for 4,000 damage. This is not good. You want to try to stay out as much as possible. He also has a few drakes fly in during certain percentages, and what they do is they start breathing fire on the ground, and it's just a huge laser beam that you want to try to stand out of as much as possible while avoiding the electric charges. It's best to have everyone stand in front of him because he does not do a clonal cleave like the first boss does, but he does do a regular cleave, so it's best to stand on the side of him or a little bit in front of him so you don't get attacked as much. He hits a little bit like a truck. This is an extremely hard fight. I would say if you had to do it yourself, it would probably be better if you went in with people that you actually trusted on this fight. This is ridiculous. It's one of the most fun fights I've ever had in my entire life, though. So let's move on to the next boss. Let's collect our loot and let's go. Alright, we're at our third boss now, Major Lord Aram. You'll see that we first fought him, and we fought him 3 different times, basically. What he does is the tricky mage thing where he blinks away. He left monsters for us to fight, and this is actually part of the event that you start up. So you're going to defeat those 3 sets of monsters, and then you're going to verse him. What we have our tank do is kite him extremely slow, so that when he does his big AoE attack, we can move behind the pillars just in time so we don't get destroyed by those. The AoE attack does 10,000 to 20,000 damage, which is a big party wiper right there. So if you avoid that as much as possible and try to stay out of the blizzard that he throws onto the ground, you'll be able to win the fight, and it's a very, very simple and very easy fight. Enjoy, collect your loots, get back on your drakes, because here comes the interesting part. Alright, you will notice now that your drakes all have a special new ability. The Amber Drakes will get the Temporal Rift, which handles a rift onto the enemy dragons for about 10 seconds, and while you're trapped in the rift, all the damage done to that target is increased by 100%. In addition, for every 15,000 damage done to the target, you'll put a shock charge on there. The shock charges can generate not 5 but 10 times, so when you use your shock lance, it is a ridiculously high amount of DPS. On the Ruby Drakes, you'll notice that you got the Martyr spell, which redirects all harmful spells that are done to any friendly Drakes in your party to you, so you'll be taking all the damage that they might be taking. The Emerald Drake healers should figure out that they got a new ability that's actually heal, and it transfers 5% of your max health to a friendly Drake in your party for about 10 seconds. As long as you keep it channeled, you keep them healed. That's how it works. Alright, we're at our next and final boss now, Lay Guardian Aragos. You are going to be using your Drakes to fight this one. Your Ruby Drakes, your Tank Drakes are going to tank. Your DPS Drakes, obviously DPS, and your Healer Drakes are obviously healing. He has a few interesting notable things that you should worry about. Every 25% or so, he's going to put himself in an immunity bubble, and he's going to summon a lot of shock bubbles. For every Drake up, there will be a shock bubble that follows you around. You want to try to get away from it and not get shocked by it, because if you get shocked by it, you will be dismounted and automatically killed. This is not good. So avoid this as much as possible. We've got also, there will be a few ads up, and what the ads will do is come attack your healer or your DPS. The Ruby Drake can use his first ability, his special, to redirect all the damage and damage all the ads as fast as possible down, and you will have them down. Aragos is pretty much a tank and spank. Loot up and enjoy it, because this was a ridiculously hard instance. I once again want to thank you for watching my video. You can view any of the other fine videos I have up at www.youtube.com/pridetosin. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you enjoyed the clip. This is Rothan, signing out.